Thank you very much, Robert. I do have this recurring fantasy about these evenings that somehow a group of perhaps double-glazing salespeople who are going to a conference stumble on this by mistake, and they walk in and they see something else. They see a life and they throw away their double-glazing brochures forever and take up poetry. And rather than doing double glazing, they do the proper double glazing, which is poetry. It's only a fantasy, I realise, but one day it'll come true. Roddy Lumsden has written a wonderful, wonderful book where language is a kind of bottomless well that you end up sinking into and swimming around in. There's a line in this book that goes, "I'm thinking about everything, let me." And that's what Roddy does. He thinks about everything and then puts everything in poems that are, if you quote from the same poem, well-knotted ropes of thought. That's what his poems are, well-knotted ropes of thought. I imagine these double-glazing salesmen, whoever they are, coming down from the ceiling on these well-knotted ropes of thought. There are poems here about the power of popular culture. Cilla Black and June Tabor. There's a splendid poem called 24 Hours of People Saying Nope, which is, that's what it is. It's just that, including the line towards the end, nope is ruling our ability to nope. And what I think about Roddy in this wonderful book is that he doesn't say nope, he just says an enormous yes to language and yes to everything. Roddy Lumsden.
Yeah, one of my earlier books has an author photo that a critic described as looking like a meatloaf being punched by monkeys. It's me sitting like that. This one, the latest one, a reviewer described as being like Roy Wood without the makeup. I wish it could be Christmas every day. This is a poem which I wrote after reading a Facebook update by my friend, the American poet Brenda Shaughnessy. Brenda has a young daughter, Simone. And when Simone was a toddler, Brenda heard her sitting on the back step one day, eating a very large cookie. And at the end, she heard this squeal, and she said, "What's wrong, Simone?" And Simone said, "Where's my cookie gone?" Simone's cookie. So she eats it and wonders why it's gone. Our predictive providers have divided such an ontology. A well-knotted rope of such thought is strung across the span. She eats it. Groucho fiddles with a gag. Kierkegaard delves its inner workings. Is there a cookie? Or is cookie a meltdown? The step is a place for chewing on stuff. Stuff. Such caprice to call it that when it is everything. I'm thinking about everything. Let me. I have erred towards the disparu and have returned, buzzed, mildly majestic. Half of that everything which I have lost is lost to recapture. Here is the business. You sit the step and you see down cookie, but logic pokes its finger in your ribs. It blows you as a soap bubble is blown. You remember awfulness, a sad station you once waited on, or the acre of chaos which pretends to be our understanding. So often I have been halfway through cookie and have not seen the punchline winging in. Do we offer the object identity, or a mind swings slow open? Ask its perfect answer. The knots are too sturdy. The summer's warm. Other stuff takes the mind, a book, a bird. Parmenides sweated, but loved the sun. Girl, you ate the cookie, and also are the cookie. I've known for a long time that I'm somewhere low down on the autistic spectrum, and I'd never written about it before, and this is my attempt to do that, and it's just called autism. Some nights I catch the smell of the lives of others, all that is awry, agley, the washers loose, the springs rust-bunged, or the sheerest glee I hope and fear that friends may feel, their refound wallet, or the cat returned after a week and just a little thin. And when I say I smell this, I am talking creosote, broth smog, thinners. The room hangs round the smell, would bow to its bidding or bawl at its funeral. I strain to enter the life of another, to bathe them, taunt them, treat. For people mainly think they think that no one thinks like them. But I too have met against your tarriest thought, your sick ambition. Lay late with a knife in my mind or a pulse of appalling glory. We are alike as Mercury and nickel are, as leopard and gazelle might blink in unison. Even my siblings are disarming the other, as a man walking through all hours of darkness, clearing to clearing, stile to well, to glebe to turnpike. I catch a gamey taint of other beings, softly being, grinding in foliage, cowering in bowls, zedding to warrens. Paralleling you in bed, I give marginally less of myself when sleep grips its pliers. No one has ever known me. Is that cute? I hear a woman say, I died that night. A man in the audience shouts out in the quiet part of the play. Some self-styled prophet screams, full minute on the beach, and all the puppets scatter from the sea, gapy-eyed and clinging at mummy. I count these sifting colours of my brief spectrum, half-wise touching each in turn. You should believe me when I say that what I am seeing now is something you must never see. And lastly, a short poem about friend Ashna Sarkar. And I saw a little girl in Blackheath one day, a little girl on a bike with stabilizers, and it reminded me of Ashna, who's now becoming quite well known as an activist and political commentator. Ashna Sarkar, aged 5, on her first bike. To rule the universe is not enough. To mow down some pigeons and rule the show might do. To be Ramesses would work. Ramesses, Evita and Genghis and Jeanne d'Arc and perhaps St. Columba too. Determined, get off her pavement. Learn the rules. Who rules? The helmet's a ruse. She'd never fall. The battling star of this, the all, sandals carambaing, Power Ranger, pedaling, a small big bang, a cosmic blur. She's halfway up Ermine Street. The burn of all future is on her, and she rings the bell, drops one paw from the handlebar, salutes and sings the national anthem of herself. Thank you.